The sky that day was heavy with gray clouds, making the scene around the lake quiet and somewhat eerie. On the edge of the water, a large mother bear let out heart-rending cries, her red eyes constantly searching the lake. Echoing from the water was the panting of a bear cub, struggling in the deep, cold water, desperately flapping its arms and legs, hoping for help. The small cub, its fur soaked, tried to paddle continuously, but the strong current seemed determined to pull it under. The mother bear trembled with fear as she watched her cub being swept farther from shore, helplessly crying out in anguish. Just as she thought she could do nothing but witness the tragedy, a fisherman suddenly appeared. His eyes flashed with determination when he saw the struggling cub. Without hesitation, he put down his fishing rod, quickly removed his coat, and dove straight into the icy water, ready to risk his life to save the little bear. The cold water wrapped around his body, but his kindness and strong will helped him push past the numbness. He swam toward the cub, trying to approach it carefully, calming it from panic while avoiding its sharp claws. In a tense moment, the man's rough hands grasped the wet fur, holding the struggling cub tightly. With each powerful stroke, he fought against exhaustion and gradually pulled the cub from the whirlpool. After a grueling effort, he finally reached the wet, grassy bank, where the mother bear stood, holding her breath in anxious anticipation. She rushed forward, roaring fiercely, both expressing her fear and gratitude for the man who had saved her cub. Though trembling and frightened, the little bear was still breathing, its small body weak but alive. The man stepped back, giving space to the mother and her cub. His hands shook from the cold, his heart pounding after the intense moment. The mother bear turned her wet eyes toward him, letting out a few short growls as if offering a heartfelt thank you. With unsteady steps, she led her cub away, leaving behind a haunting yet profoundly warm scene. The man stood still for a long time, unable to believe what had just happened. He had faced a wild animal and in doing so witnessed the raw power of maternal love. A few days later, as the pale morning sun bathed the lake in soft light, he returned with his fishing rod, hoping to once again soak in the peaceful scene that had comforted his soul. The wind whispered through the lush grass, and the calm water reflected the forest trees. Everything was so serene that he could not have imagined the next miracle about to unfold. From the nearby forest, two familiar figures, one large, one small, emerged, walking slowly toward him. His heart tensed warily, but as he recognized the mother bear and her cub, he smiled kindly. The mother bear carried a giant fish in her mouth and gently placed it in the man's fishing bucket, a gift no one could have expected. His eyes shone with emotion as he recalled the moment the cub had nearly drowned. Perhaps this was nature's purest form of gratitude. Speechless, he bowed his head deeply, touching the bucket as if to confirm he wasn't dreaming. Then he looked up at the mother bear with infinite gratitude. She let out a low growl, and the cub echoed a few soft sounds as if expressing thanks in its own way. The sight of the man standing beside the mother and cub, with the enormous fish in his bucket, made the moment feel almost like a fairy tale. He reflected on the wonders of nature, where humans and animals sometimes understand each other more than we realize. A smile spread across his tanned face as he felt a quiet joy erase the distance between their two species. The mother bear turned her head, her deep brown eyes meeting his one last time. With a slow, deliberate nod, perhaps a final farewell, she led her cub into the dense green forest. The cub, now looking much healthier, trailed behind, its mischievous eyes filled with an unbelievable affection for the man who had saved it. Their silhouettes disappeared into the sea of leaves, returning the lakeshore to its tranquil state, the morning dews scenting the peaceful water. The story of the man who saved the bear cub and the extraordinary gift he received quickly spread throughout the area, becoming a legend told over and over again. Since then, every visitor to the fishing lake has heard about that unforgettable reunion, remembering the kind man and the sacred bond he shared with the mother and baby bear.